Hello YouTube. Today we're going to talk about some accessories for the iPhone 13, some MagSafe accessories, some cases and so forth. I'm going to tell you the differences between especially the cases. Okay, so you have MagSafe cases and then you have MagSafe compatible cases. I'm going to show you the difference now. Here's the iPhone 13 Pro Max that I bought. I replaced the case. Let me show you. This is the case, one of the cases I bought. This is an Apple case. This is a MagSafe case. This case is a Spigen hybrid case. It's compatible with MagSafe. And I'm going to show you why you should buy a MagSafe case. If you buy the MagSafe charger, which is this disc. So for example, this particular one I use in my car. I have some for the house and some for the cars. Okay, so if I wanted to use this in the car, and this is a MagSafe compatible, not a MagSafe, this is what would happen. It's just going to fall off. Okay, so if you're gonna use this in the house, it's on your desk, and you just lay it flat, that's fine. There's no problem. It'll charge. But if you get a MagSafe, compatible case like this, it's not going to work in the car. It's just going to fall off. So if you want to use it for GPS, you have a mount and you want to put the charger, or you just want a magnetic mount, it's not going to work on this. Okay, it's just going to fall. So this is what a clear case, and this is an Apple case. This is a Mini 12. This is just how the case looks. You can see the circle. That's where the magnet is. That's where it lines up. It's built into the case. So this is what is the difference. This is not going anywhere. You put this in your car, or even if you want to lay it around someplace, you don't have to worry about it sliding off someplace. Now, I know you could use wireless pads and chargers and stuff. There again, you have to find the sweet spot. Probably if you've used a wireless charger, you've put the phone down thinking it was charging, then you got up after sleeping, you're going to work, you're going to school, and then you find that it doesn't work at all because it never charged, because it wasn't in the sweet spot. This, you're never going to have a problem. You're going to know right away. It's going to tell you it's charging. This is not going to move. Another reason why I like it, I love this piece, and the reason I like it is because you don't have to use the wireless pad, and most importantly, you don't have to plug anything in. I hate wireless connections. Like I said, now the Mini is using a different connection than some of the other phones. So, if you go back to these lightning port things, I wish they had this type of a setup, this MagSafe. Because this thing works good. It's much better. It may not charge as fast, but you can use a fast charging brick, and that'll take care of that. It'll still charge fast. But this is what I like. You can use this in the house, in the car, any place you want. Now, as far as the chargers for the car, here's one I bought, Morphe. I also bought a Belkin. Now, I would suggest if you're going to buy a charger, I would suggest buying from a name brand company. Reason being is I've bought a few of them from a third party. I'm not going to name the name of the company. It seemed like a good deal. You had the fast charging brick. It was probably 18 or 20 watts, thereabouts. And it came with cables. And it was also a dual charger, so you could charge USB and USB-C. The USB-C only worked for a couple days. That was on two different cars. I thought there was something wrong with the car. It stopped working. The other car, it intermittently worked. So I ended up going with the Morphe. And this is what, and this other one here, this is a Belkin. This is a very small charger, but both of these work flawlessly. I believe the Morphe you can buy at the Apple Store. They sell it online. It's probably more money like everything else that they sell, but I would not recommend that you get these third-party ones because they may or may not they may or may not work, or it may seem like a good deal, but in the long run, you may have to buy something else. These have worked flawlessly. So those I recommend. Another accessory. Here's the case, by the way. Here's the case that the MagSafe comes in. Now you hear a lot about Apple, and really Samsung followed them also. They don't put the charging brick in the phone anymore. You get a cable and that's it. And they talk about it's for the environment and the packaging. You know, they're saving all this waste and everything, and you probably already have a brick at home and so forth. And that's all true. But if you see how much packaging they put in these in their products, even if they're recyclable, I mean, there's a lot of junk. I don't know how much instructions and there's all kinds of garbage in them that you really don't need. I think one of these, they might have came with the Apple. These are just instructions. There's instructions all over. But everything you buy from Apple, they have all these instructions that nobody reads this stuff. So I mean, there's all this waste, in my opinion. Again, it seems like a cash grab, and I know Samsung starts following what Apple does, so they don't put a brick in their phones either. But it seems kind of counterintuitive when you say you want to save the environment, but then you put all this garbage in there that nobody even looks at, or most people don't. Okay, so the next thing I'll show you is is another Apple product. This here is the MagSafe charger. It's just a battery pack is what it is, and this is what it looks like. Again, this was sort of a lifesaver because when the other charging brick failed for the car, the adapter, I end up using this, and then what I would do is I would have to use this on the phone, and this is how it connects. This is for the iPhone Mini. You see, it fits really nice on the Mini. It's almost like it's made for it. On the Mini, it will probably give you almost a full charge. On the other phones, obviously with the bigger batteries, it's going to give you it might give you 3/4 of a charge or so. It's a slow. It's not a really fast charge, but it works. It's small. You could keep it. You could keep it in your pocket if you need it. I told you in a previous video I had problems with the port. It's not working right. It's still not working right. I cleaned it. It's still not working right. So what I end up doing is placing this on here, not just using it to charge the phone, but I would plug the connector in here, and then it would simultaneously charge the pack and the phone, and that's how I would charge my phone when I wasn't near my regular charger. So this is what I used in the car before I bought the MagSafe. I would put this, plug it in, plug this part in, and this would charge the battery pack and the phone itself at the same time. So that's what I end up doing. And again, as I mentioned in the previous video, though I like the case, it's very difficult to get off. It's very stiff because this is a hard plastic. It does not have much give to it. It looks nice, and that's why I like the clear case, because if you put a dark case on or a colored case, you defeat the purpose of buying a certain color phone. But that's what I ended up doing. This one I bought. Again, this is a Spigen. This is not a MagSafe. It's MagSafe. It's compatible. It will charge, but it isn't going to stick. I bought this because the case I wanted, which was I was going to buy the clear case again, but Apple didn't have it in stock, and the phone was already on order, so I wanted to make sure I had a case. So this was inexpensive, so I bought this for the time being. And then the case came back in stock at Apple, so I actually decided against the clear case for the reason I told you, and I bought a blue soft case, which is very easy to get on and off, much more flexible. And I ordered that, and I bought that before the phone came. So that said, those are some of the stuff that you may want. But this MagSafe thing is really nice. Apple makes these products, and they know you're going to keep buying products for this phone. Okay, you know you're going to need some kind of a charger, and they come up with this stuff. This I guess was at first I was a little bit not not that impressed with it, but after having used it, I see how it is a much better product. You can hook this on your phone, put it in the charger, and then have it on a mount. You could have it on your seat. You could drop it on the floor. It's not going to come off. But it's also really handy if you're going to use a GPS. That's what I find it really good for. You put it in a mount, or even if you want to film something. You know, some people use this as like a camera for, you know, instead of buying like a dash cam, they'll use a phone. So this is really good. This is one of the things I really liked about some of the Apple products. This piece probably would have preferred a battery case, but again, if you're buying the Max, I definitely do not recommend a battery case. As you'll see, if you buy the phone, it's a heavy phone. And I would buy the slimmest case that would protect the phone. So that's pretty much it for today. Coming up next, I don't know if it'll be tomorrow. I'm going to maybe try. I'd like to show you a few e-bikes. I'd like to switch up things a little bit. I have a couple e-bikes that I bought. And I'd like to show you the differences between those. These are folding e-bikes. E-bikes are a really big thing now, especially during the pandemic. They really took off, and they were really difficult to get. I have 2 of them that I'm going to show you. I'd like to try to show you tomorrow if I have time. But be aware of mainly the pitfalls of the case, as I said. Difference between a MagSafe case and MagSafe compatible. So, make sure it's got the magnet in the case, because you're going to be really disappointed if you plan on using this type of charger on your phone. Okay? Other than if it's going to be stationary at your office or at home. If you're using it in the car, you better get a MagSafe case, because it is not going to work. So that's it. I want to thank you again for watching. Thank you for any new subscribers. Hope you continue to watch, like and subscribe, share the video, and please help to get the channel going. And God bless you all, and thank you for watching. See you.